Hello everybody and welcome back to the F1 2021 My Team Career Mode with me, Dan, and the Radiant Racing team. We travel across the border to Mexico from USA for round 13 of the championship. And of course that means there will only be 4 races to go, including this one. So we're even below the final 5 races. From tomorrow, of course, Saturday, we will have Brazil, followed by Australia, followed by the finale in Jeddah. And I think I'm going to mix things up next time in F1 22 by having a random selection of tracks every season. That might be interesting. Anyway, don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you know when those videos are uploaded. And let's try and get to 200 subscribers even by the end of this game's life cycle. As we've gone to the starting grid, and our teammate Sean Galeo takes pole position ahead of the home hero Sergio Perez. Carlos Sainz lines up in 3rd alongside Lewis Hamilton in 4th. Then we have the other Ferrari of Charles Leclerc alongside the other Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas, followed by Daniel Ricciardo in the first McLaren and Yuki Tsunoda. Finally, in the top 10 we have Max Verstappen, who took a engine penalty, and Lando Norris. Then we have another Fernando Alonso in 11th alongside his teammate Esteban Ocon. Then we have another penalty, as does Sergio Perez. We're followed by Lance Stroll, surprise, surprise, and Mick Schumacher. And behind them we have Jack Aitken and Nicholas Latifi, which means for the final 4 rows we have Antonio Giovinazzi and Christian Lundgaard, followed by Nikita Mazepin and George Russell with a penalty. Well, here we go. Yeah, reliability is becoming a bit of a problem. We replaced the control electronics just to make sure that it doesn't wear out all of the other parts, because that's the one which does make the other parts wear a lot quicker. And it has put us right in the back of the midfield. As we come down towards turn 1, we're actually going alongside Pierre Gasly, who also took a penalty. Round the outside of 15 million cars into turn 1, Yuki Tsunoda, for some reason on the hard tyre, just getting in everyone's way. Considering that he actually started quite far up the grid, I'm surprised he decided to do that. For now, though, it is working. He is still in front of us. As we see Charles Leclerc just make an absolute send down the inside there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But we continue to chase Yuki Tsunoda down. Up ahead, actually, Sergio Perez got a quite comfortable lead. Now, apparently Sean Galeo was not able to maintain his position ahead of Perez and Hamilton, and has dropped back after the first few corners. As we continue to get stuck, no, actually we go down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda, and we have managed to get past before the corner. God knows why he decided to go for those hard tyres. It looks as though it has been his undoing today. And AlphaTauri actually do have a very competitive car at the moment. They are one of the best. I think they've had a facility upgrade recently, which has just pushed them up the order. Yuki Tsunoda, though, came into the pits, and now we're going to have a look at what happened with my start. It was about normal, I suppose. Plenty of wheel spin there. There goes Pierre Gasly. Comes up alongside and then just basically sits there. And we go into turn 1. Round the McLaren, the Alpine, Max Verstappen. I think it's Charles Leclerc. There's Tsunoda getting in everyone's way. Actually, Leclerc on the right-hand side again. I think he might have hit Yuki Tsunoda there. We'll have to see that. And then, of course, we did fail. But there is Charles Leclerc cutting the corner in a very ambitious move. Absolutely had no chance of reacting to that. That's what Sean Galeo. What happened? You threw away a perfectly good lead in what is supposed to be the fastest car on the grid. Closes the door on Perez. On the left-hand side, Perez has now gone to the outside, followed by Hamilton. Galeo goes deep into the corner, allows Perez through, does not cut the corner. Tries to get the switch back on the Mexican, but decides not to use his overtake mode and not sit in the slipstream, and that has cost him going down towards the second chicane. I imagine, yeah, there we go, on the right-hand side. Lewis Hamilton emerges and takes second place away from him, demoting Galeo to third place. This was the onboard of Perez. In front of his home crowd, they must be happy. Absolutely mugs off Sean Galale and continues on his merry way, Max Verstappen style. This was Charles Leclerc, and this shocking display through the first few corners. Here he is. There's his teammate ahead alongside Valtteri Bottas. We've got Daniel Ricciardo up the inside. Oh my God, Yuki Tsunoda cuts the corner and crashes into several cars. Then Charles Leclerc tries to go past Tsunoda and hits him. Daniel Ricciardo not exactly guilt-free there. And there was Charles Leclerc just deciding to slam his foot down on the accelerator to defend from Verstappen. And then he drove into the side of us. That could have been very, very costly. Anyway, we're currently sitting on lap 3, about to be lap 4, chasing down the other Ferrari of Carlos Sainz in this little DRS train. We've given our advantage at this point in the season. This is not going to take very long to get past these three. And, well, in fact, the McLaren is very surprising to be up there. I mean, look at that. They know standing P12 at the moment. That is where we've seen McLaren all season. That's probably where they're going to end up by the end of the race. We'll just have to have a look at that. As you see a move going on up ahead. Bottas down the inside of Ricciardo into turn 1. They are going to contest it, and it's pushed the pair of them all the way back into our hands. We've got a piece of car come flying off from somewhere there. That looked red. It could have been from Carlos Sainz. As we come steaming down, we're going to get the triple pass on all three of them who were just messing around there, trying to figure something out. As we go massive oversteer on the curb, big lock up into the double right-hander, but we have made the corner. And there's Max Verstappen slowly trying to catch up to us after his penalty. It is worth bearing in mind that actually Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez at Red Bull have the worst reliability of any car at this point in the season, which could be very detrimental to them. This was the move that we made. Oh, it could have been one of those two in the front actually that lost the end plate. Ricciardo and Bottas. We hook one round the outside, down the inside, and then, as I do tend to do very often, get a touch on the curb there, which starts to send the back end out. And on board with Ricciardo we go. Down towards turn 1. He gets the switch back on Bottas. Lovely move there. And as he comes into turn 3, oh, absolutely bottles it. Either that or Bottas slammed into the side of him for no real reason. And then we get to see Ricciardo's perspective of us nearly binning it in front of our championship rival. Anyway, if you got this far in the video, we're going to go on board with Max Verstappen for a moment. What was happening with him? Down into turn 1 he goes. He's defended from the Alpine. Oh, and has crashed into the front left wheel. And as we saw from Tsunoda earlier on, yes, that has put him into the pits. He is now off of the top 20. Anyway, if you made it this far in the video, I'm going to try and mix things up next season with the calendar. 16 races again, but we're going to try and have a spin wheel decide what races we do. We get a yellow flag for someone who's retired. Pass on who that one is. So yeah, if the spin wheel decides the calendar, then it means I get to try out some different tracks each season. And possibly even get some tracks I don't like doing, including, but not limited to, the Netherlands. China's an iffy one, but I have done that a few times on the channel. And Japan is not a great one for me. Abu Dhabi's been on the calendar a few times. We just haven't bothered to put it in this time in favour of Jeddah because it's just a bit better. As we come into the pit lane, we absolutely smash the bollards there. Didn't get that third one, which is a great shame. I think the crowd just got hit by one of them. They just cheered for no reason at all. As we come in, get the new set of boots, and off we go. Sean Gallel should be coming through any second now. There he is. And he's actually done a good job. He's back ahead of Lewis Hamilton now, so he's got up to the second step of the podium. But we've crawled our way all the way up into third, which is absolutely incredible, considering that we started in the bottom quarter of the field, effectively. P13 for us. And now we're up 10 places. So I guess it is now time to once again climb up the order one more slot and retake second place in the race from our teammate. Now, Galeo has been pretty compliant all season, and he's been willing to let us through without weaving all over the place like the AI tend to do in this game. So this should be pretty straightforward for us. We're 8 attempts back on him right now. Probably going to need a second run at this into turn out of turn 3, due to the fact that the car that we're driving is as fast as him and is pretty fast. But there we go, we've already got the gap down to 2 attempts. There's no way that we are ever going to lose this position as we come down into turns 4 and 5. But Galeo's actually got the better line out of the corner, and he's managed to stay ahead of us. I think he's putting his contract on the line a little bit too much there, which isn't great. We'll have to see what he can do. Further on, we've still got another 5 laps to go, haven't we? So, actually, I suppose it's more like 4 laps. 4 and a bit laps to go. We've only got to get past him once, and then he should stay behind us then, as he's done in the past. As we come round the final corner, onto the start of lap 15. As I say, 4 laps to go. DRS will be open anytime now. And then we'll slowly climb up to the back of his car, pull to the outside, and slip by with the DRS open. Nice and textbook, nice and easy. No need for frills. And now it's just time to get to the end of this race. If we can, of course. And hopefully Sergio Perez has a minor technical problem that puts him out of the race in between now and then. Now we're rejoining the action at the end of lap 15. Apparently Sean Galeo not in the mood to be shaken today. Either that or we've just been towing him along all the way through the lap. And he's actually got a good run of us actually out of the final corner there. He's got it down to 3 attempts, 2 attempts, 1 attempt. He's going to the inside as we chase down towards turn 1. He has actually taken the position away from us. We might be able to try and get that back in the next DRS zone if we can get the exit well. Which typically we did not. We could have been able to hit the overtake button and try and stick to the slipstream to keep right behind him, get him in the braking zone. Not happened. So it looks like we're going around again, staring at the back of our own car. And rejoin the action at the end of lap 16. 2 laps to go on this circuit, which since this circuit's been added to the calendar way back in 20-something teen. I never really got on board with it at first, but actually I've grown to quite like it as time has gone on. And now we come flying down into turn 1. Not going to make it this time. We're going to go for the move out of turn 3 again. Sean Goodell probably sees this coming already, given that we've already tried this with some degrees of success. As we go to the outside now, into the braking zone we go. Looks like Sean Goodell's got the turn in much earlier than us, but we are going to stick it alongside him. He's still ahead of us. on the midway point of lap 17. As we come round into the twisty sector 2, there's no way that we're going to be able to get him here, so we're just going to have to sit behind him and just try and get out of his dirty air as much as possible. I'm just noticing whilst we come through here, Valtteri Bottas all the way down in 18th. Who knows how that's happened? Although if he was driving like Yuki Tsunoda at the start of this race, it probably wouldn't come as a surprise. And now, out of the final corner, we come onto the final lap of the race. DRS advantage for us, not Galeo, as we come steaming down the pit straight towards turn 1. Galeo over to the right-hand side. Oh, and he's hit us! Jean Galeo, the traitor, moves across before the braking zone, has taken an end plate off the car. That could be costly to the World Championship. We've still got the DRS, but there's Lewis Hamilton in the background, and he's only 4.5 seconds behind. A massive lock up there. Painting the tarmac a new shade of black as we go with the onboard. We go to start going left, just gradually. But it looks as though Sean Galeo may have pulled to the right there. We'll have to, or to the left. We'll have to see what his onboard was. And the trick is to watch the steering wheel. He's weaving all over. Yeah, there was a move to the left. Weaving all over the place. Sean Galeo, the traitor, may have put our championship at risk. As we come through Sector 2, mostly on the circuit. Lewis Hamilton gets the position back. He has taken away our podium. Sean Galeo already a good 8 seconds up the road, 9 seconds, maybe nearer 10 seconds, just for the fact that we've lost this front wing end plate, which is totally realistic that we would lose all this downforce. Thank God they fixed that in the next game. But we come around the final corner. Max Verstappen, our championship rival, has caught up again, and then we cross the line. today. We'll catch you in the next one.